Hi, everybody. Excuse me. Hello. Welcome to week 3 in Financial Crimes 1. Here, this is Professor Dunaway. I hope that you all are having a great weekend. For those of you that are new to me, I live in the Seattle, Washington area, and we have just been having fantastic weather. So this weekend was absolutely beautiful. I hope wherever you are enjoying your weekend and that you all had a great week too. So I graded your discussion forum posts for week 2, or for week 1 actually, because I posted the grades last week. So you all did a great job. Just a couple notes. So if you are missing points, you want to make sure again that you have your initial post and then that you have several comments to other students. Again, we don't require a certain number of posts, but if you only have one, you will lose points. If you only have one comment or reply, you will lose points. So we want to see interaction, back and forth discussion, and then you'll also lose points if you're late. So your initial posts are due Wednesday evening by 11:59 p.m. Pacific, and then your comments and replies for the week are due by Sunday evenings, same time, 11:59 p.m. Pacific. And then going forward, you also need to your replies need to be, substantive. They need to be using the class materials. So you need to use citations and such going forward. In week 1, since you were just discussing general topics and areas, it wasn't quite as important. But now going forward, you want to be sure that you are using citations, that your posts are very robust, and that you have multiple comments. Those are the common reasons that students tend to lose points. If you have any questions about that whatsoever, please send me an email. Okay, so last week for week 2, you learned about, we started our discussion of money laundering. So as I mentioned, you want to be sure you look at the learning objectives each week. So takes a minute to get in there. So for week 2, now that you've gone through the materials, you should be able to define and discuss the definitions of money laundering and compliance, along with the stages and processes of money laundering, the multiple methods of money laundering. You should also be able to identify the national, regional, international, and institutional initiatives against money laundering and other financial crimes. And then finally, you should be able to evaluate the effectiveness of these initiatives and the criteria for the evaluation of the effectiveness. So that is for week 2. So hopefully you feel like you kind of have a good handle on those. For week 2, there were also 5 different articles that we wanted you to take a look at, and there were 4 videos that Dr. Monroe had posted. So hopefully you were able to review all of that. And as I mentioned, so now we're heading into week 3. So this week we will be continuing our discussion of money laundering. So if I click into the week 3 learning objectives, you'll see there's a couple. So one of the readings you'll be doing is an article by Richard Gordon. So this week you should be able to evaluate his arguments on the effectiveness of the current anti-money laundering regime, and then also critique the criteria that he used in his arguments and his proposed solutions and its probable effectiveness. So after this week, you should be able to do both of those. So this week, there are 3 articles we want you to take a look at. The one that I just mentioned, the Richard Gordon article. Let's click into week 3 real quick. So there's the Richard Gordon article, which is attached. This article, The Anti-Money Laundering Complex in the Modern Era, read that one. And then finally, there's a 3rd article we want you to take a look at that you can find on Lexis if you just copy and paste that citation right there, the 31 right here. If you just copy and paste that, and search on Lexis, you will be able to get that article. So please be sure you read all three. All very, very interesting. I think you'll really enjoy the reading that Dr. Monroe has put together for you this week. And then finally, he has posted 4 videos for you to take a look at, as you'll see here. Information growth and anti-money laundering, principles of modeling money laundering behavior per transaction monitoring. The third video is the risk-based approach to anti-money laundering. And then finally, Richard Gordon and the effectiveness of the AML regimes. So those are the 4 videos. And that's week 3. And then week 4, another interesting topic, we will be discussing terrorist financing. So hopefully you're enjoying, this is one of my favorite classes, so hopefully you're all enjoying the subject matter as much as we enjoy presenting it to you. Okay, so just a little recap now then of what to expect for this week. So you want to post in the discussion forum, as I mentioned. Make sure that you're on time. Make sure that you have multiple posts. Make sure that you're using citations and that your posts are robust and substantive and that you're using the class materials. So you want to post in the discussion forum, do the reading, watch the videos. Optional office hours this week are again with Dr. Monroe on Wednesday at 11:30 a.m. Pacific time. So if you have any questions, just want to stop in and say hello, he will be there. And then finally, your first assignment is due 1 week from today, so July 29th. It is posted under the week 3 materials. It's the very bottom thing right here, benchmark number 1. So my only and main tip for you is I have 2. Number 1 is there's a few questions that make up the assignment. You need to be sure you discuss all the questions. If you don't, you will lose points. So make sure you read over what we're looking for in your answers and be sure that you're touching on all those points, the various little questions, because again, if not, you will lose points. So make sure you do that. And the second, extensions. So the extension policy is in your syllabus, but if you need an extension, you must contact me prior to the due date. So prior to the 29th, so next Sunday, you must send me an email letting me know why you need an extension, and then you can get a 7-day extension for the first assignments, but not the final one of the term. There are no extensions available for that. But for this assignment, you can get an extension, just you must let me know prior to Sunday. If you email me on Sunday, you still will be getting a late penalty. Okay, I think that is everything. So if you have any questions, again, email me anytime. If I don't hear from you, I hope you all have a great week. I hope you enjoy the materials this week, and good luck on the first assignment. Thanks, everyone, and I will be talking to you soon. Bye.